if you pay attention to connection rather than to control, what you're doing is paying attention to what makes the brain really work. It's like our brains have a brain stem, which controls the bodily functions. The brain stem takes information in from our experience and evaluates it for, is my life in danger? Am I okay? Am I going to be harmed? And your brain stem is the part of you that, we're in California, so I'll just talk about earthquakes. Part of you that when an earthquake starts, you are out the door and down the street, although they told you to duck and run, before you know it. It's like you don't even think, you don't decide what you're doing, all of a sudden you've done it. Because your brain stem takes over the whole rest of your brain. It's the part that reacts instantly in self-preservation. And what's developed around the brain stem is a set of very complex structures called the limbic system. And this is the seat of our emotions. It's where we process the nonverbal signals that are coming in to us from everywhere. It's where we evaluate what the tone of someone's voice indicates about their inner state. It's where where the signals that we send about how we are inside are cooked up and sent out. The limbic system is the source of the gut responses that we have to things. It's because of the limbic system, for instance, that you can take a group of students in college and have them go through a teacher's whole course, a whole semester, and evaluate that teacher in several different ways. And the general evaluation will have certain features to it. Yes, good here, not so good there. And if you show another set of students 5 seconds of that teacher's lesson, they will evaluate that teacher, although they're guessing, but their limbic system got enough of who that person was and how they are on the inside to give, in general, almost the same evaluation. It takes you 5 seconds or less to evaluate whether someone is safe to be with or not. Your limbic system is that fast. And in the limbic system sits long-term memory, and in the limbic system sit our emotions. And these, I don't know how it works physiologically. It's not my area of expertise. Someone is figuring it out right now. But the way it works functionally in children and in all of us is that when we have an experience that sends danger signals to either our brainstem or to our limbic system that is frightening or threatening or upsetting or disappointing, or we can't find the person that we're depending on to think about us, and we're very small and we can't do without them. You know, it's that 3 seconds in the grocery store where your child can't find you because you just happen to walk around the other end of the aisle. That sends emotions, you know, jamming in to the child's brain, and the memory of where they are and what was happening also is flooding in. So the emotions of fear or grief or shame or whatever all get glommed in with the information that they should be processing and kind of filing away for later use. But it can't get filed away because it's fraught with heavy emotion. So, for instance, there was a parent I was just listening to a couple days ago whose daughter had her adenoids out. She prepared her daughter well. Her daughter went in bravely. Her daughter did fine with the doctor, did fine with the operation, did fine with being wheeled in for it. You know, saw her mommy afterwards. She was so proud of her daughter. And then they went back for a follow-up visit, you know, 2 weeks later. And the minute she got to the doctor's office, she was screaming bloody murder. This is because when emotions go in after a scary or what feels like a threatening experience, they don't dissolve afterwards. They get recorded in the mind along with all the information that got globbed together there with feelings. And the next time a child is trying to evaluate a situation and see whether it's safe or not, whether they're going to be okay, what comes up is this big glob of feeling. And that feeling attaches to a perfectly safe, perfectly fine situation. So that a child who's already had the operation but didn't cry, wasn't scared, all of that, those feelings went in there at some point, probably while they were out of control of their bodies under anesthesia. And all of those feelings of, oh my gosh, I'm not in control, am I going to make it, come up when they are in this nice, safe situation that reminds them of the time that was really actually threatening. So children have little emotional backpacks that they carry that are full of unresolved feelings from lots of different little moments and big moments when things did not go perfectly for them.